right, girls. Well, we rehearsed.
To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. Everything you own in a box. To the left, in the closet. That's my stuff. Yes, if I bought it, say, don't touch.
Girl, we sound mad good.
What's good is popping, everybody, and welcome back to my channel Lelona. And thank you so much for tuning into yet another episode of Everything Lelona, where we talk about everything and anything. Yeah. Now, if you are new here, welcome, baby. I really hope that you'll enjoy this video that will make you. Hit the subscribe button somewhere over here. And if you are a regular subscriber, a gang day one, what's good, what's up, what is Xoxo? I really hope that you are well and that you are taking care of yourself. Okay. So we're back with a brand new video, a very exciting video, might I say. Now, this video, I will title it To All the Boys I've Ever Loved. So what I did is I sent out a questionnaire to all the guys that I've either had or have a crush on. Like, this is basically just to gauge where they are, how they feel about me as well. Yeah, but so I just wanted to just have fun with you, and it's all in the name of fun. So if you are interested and excited to hear more of this video, please give this video a huge thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, share my video, super thanks me, do the absolute most. And without wasting anyone's time, let's get into this video. So those that have been here for a while, you will remember, guys, a couple of years ago we did this exact video. So I just wanted to do it because time has passed. I have accumulated some crushes along the way, so I just wanted to like introduce new people and send this to new crushes of mine. Yeah, mom, just to make fun, just to make things fun and spicy, okay? So I did title this video, I Had or Have a Crush on You. And this is what I asked them to do. I said, hey there, as you might or might not know, I have a YouTube channel. I decided to shoot a fun little video where I send a couple of questions to guys I have or had a crush on. And you, my good sir, are one of them. Please fill in the short form below, and it's all in the name of fun. I really appreciate you for doing this for me. And PS, your name will remain anonymous throughout the entire video. So feel free to get spicy. Now, the questions I asked these guys were, number one, I asked them for their name and I said, what's your name? Again, this will be anonymous. It's just for me to know who you are. The official first question was, before today, did you know I have or had a crush on you? The possible answers here are yes, kinda, it was obvious, and no. And then the second question says, if you knew I ever liked you, how were you able to tell? Details. And then third question says, did you ever like me? Possible answers, yes, no, I'd rather not say. And then the next question after that one says, rate my attractiveness. Now this will be out of 10, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. And then after that, I said, rate my personality. Then the question after that one was, what was your initial impression of me when you first met or saw me? And then I asked them, what's one thing you like or dislike about me? Then the last question is, how awkward was this? Be honest. Possible answers, very awkward or not awkward at all. So without wasting any time, let's get into what these guys have said, all right? So the first guy that answered this questionnaire, we are going to name him MD. MD and I actually met on Twitter. We've had very flirtatious conversations on Twitter, then Instagram, and then we exchanged numbers. So I do have him on my WhatsApp as well. So I asked him, before today, did you know I have or had a crush on you? He said yes. Okay? And then, if you knew I ever liked you, how were you able to tell? He said, you told me after we started flirting, and I was surprised because I liked you too. Okay, but I did know that he likes me because we've talked about it, all right? And then I asked him, did you ever like me? He said, yes, duh. I mean, look at this. I'm joking, you guys, I'm joking. And then I asked him to rate my attractiveness and he gave me an 8. I'm not sure how to feel about an 8, but an 8 is still a distinction. An 8 is still a very solid number. So I'll take an 8. I'll take an 8. And then I asked him to rate my personality. He gave me another 8. MD, what's going on? MD, what's going on? What's with these 8s? Son. Son alwam. And then I asked MD, what was your initial impression of me when you first met or saw me? He said, you're cute. Cute. A grown-ass man like me. Cute. Cute is for babies, guys. Cute is for babies. I'm a sexy ass nigga. What the fuck? I'm sexy as fuck. Alright, let's move on to the next question. It says, what's one thing you like or dislike about me? He said, I liked how sexy you are. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. He said, I liked how sexy you are. Well, you always showed me lit nudes. I mean, this is me after all. Kids don't send nudes. Kids don't send nudes. But one thing I did, Shem, I really trapped him because the first time we started talking, when we were still new, I was like, Shaya nudes, come out, was our catcher and was our catcher. But now he responded with lit nudes. I was like, I want to feel that schlong hit the back of my throat. I want to feel it hit the back of my, because it's gorgeous, you guys. Oh my gosh, inhle into yakhe shem yena. And then the last question I asked him was, how awkward was this? Be honest, he said not awkward at all. Thank you so much, MD, for filling in my questionnaire. I really appreciate you. Now let's move on to the next guy. Let's see who it is. So this guy, he used an alias and he said his name is Teaser. Thiza. I don't know a guy by the name of Teaser. I didn't send this. Who might this be? Who might this be? Teaser. But I think I know who this is actually. I think I know who this is based on the name Teaser and the people that I sent this questionnaire to. I think I know who this is. Alright, so I asked Teaser, before today, did you know I have or had a crush on you? He said yes. Okay, I wonder who is this? And then I asked him, if you knew I ever liked you, how were you able to tell details? And he said, you told me. Me, I told you I like you. Batungluna. And then I asked him, did you ever like me? He said, I'd rather not say. He said, I'd rather not say. And I think in Dabaga, I'd rather not say. It's someone that never liked me, so they don't want to hurt my feelings by saying no. Or it's someone who is either, but he used an alias. So I was going to say, it's someone who's either like in a relationship, so they don't want their partner to watch this and be like, oh, you liked Ulalona. But you use an alias, so he probably didn't like me like that. But that's fine. That's good and well. We move, all right? I asked him to rate my attractiveness. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. How are you giving me a 10, but you can't say if you've ever liked me? I honestly believe that this guy wanted me at some point, because there's absolutely no way you are going to rate me a 10 on attractiveness and you say you've never liked me. Bullshit. And then I asked him to rate my personality. He gave me a 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. For my personality. My personality, 5. Okay. I think we are going to need to square up because I equally. 5 for my personality. There's no way. Alright, let's move on to the next question. The next question says, what was your initial impression of me when you first saw or met me? He said, we haven't met, hence the 5 on the personality rate. Okay. I'll forgive you for the 5 and this makes up for it. So we haven't met yet and so you don't really know what my actual personality is. I get you. And then I asked Teaser, what's one thing you like or dislike about me? He said, nothing yet. Then the last question, how awkward was this? Be honest. And he said, not awkward at all. Hey, I wonder ngubani Teaser, but I think Teaser is this other guy that I think I know who Teaser is, but yeah. Let's move on to guy number 3, and he also used an alias. He said Mr. T, but I think I know who Mr. T is. And if Mr. T is who I think it is, this is the love of my life. Him and I have been talking on Instagram, but we haven't had any substantial conversation. It's always us just like giving each other compliments and siyancomana. I'm always calling him handsome and whatnot, and he calls me his rib. Uti, you are my rib. Titi, oh, husband material. He's like, you are my rib, you are the bone of my bones, flesh of my flesh. I'm like, just marry me already. The first question I asked him was, before today, did you know I have or had a crush on you? He said, kinda. Yeah. Okay. And then I asked him, if you knew I ever liked you, how were you able to tell? Details. He said, by your beautiful smile. But how are you able to tell that I like you? Because when I text you, you don't see that I'm smiling. So how were you able to tell? Please do tell me. Do let me know in the DMs, okay? Tell me. I then asked Mr. T, did you ever like me? And he said, yes. Okay, my rib. I asked him to rate my personality and he said 10. I know that's right. No, that's right. And then that was my attractiveness, right? Then I asked him to rate my personality and he said 10. Baby boy, baby girl, 10s across the board. I know that's right. And then I asked Mr. T, what was your initial impression of me when you first met or saw me? He said, your beautiful smile charmed me to the core. This guy, you guys, has my heart. I don't want to lie. He has my heart. It's just a pity that we are in 2 different provinces. So even if you wanted to do anything, that long distance is killing me. But if we were to be in the same province, best believe we're going to make magic. And then I asked him, what's one thing you like or dislike about me? He said, great personality. I hope you can tell that to Teaser, the last guy because he gave me a 5 for my personality and I'm still bitter. Tibita ukufa. And then I asked Mr. T, how awkward was this? Be honest. And he said, not awkward at all. Thank you so much, Thanos, love of my life, rib of my ribs, bone of my bones, flesh of my flesh, period. And then let's move on to the 4th guy. And the 4th guy... The 4th guy, we are going to name him B, right? B is a guy that I used to work with. We live it there. I used to work with him and yeah. So I asked B, before today, did you know I have or had a crush on you? He said, yes. The fuck? How the hell did he know? How? Okay, let's go on. I said, if you knew I ever liked you, how were you able to tell? Details. He said, you tried hiding it for a very long time until one day at work, I hugged you and you didn't want to let go. Wait, when was this? I'm so embarrassed. I'm so nervous. There's the answers. The nerves can go. I didn't want to let go when he hugged me. Guys, I was thirsty. Let's check what the next question said. The next question is, did you ever like me? He said, yes. He said, wait a minute. What the fuck is going on? I feel like he's bragging. He said, yes. When I asked him, did you ever like me? Okay. I asked you to rate my attractiveness and he said 9. He gave me a 9. That's on par. Rate my personality, he said 10, period. What was your initial impression of me when you first met or saw me? He said loud, extroverted, funny, sweet, and very handsome. Okay. B. What the fuck is going on? Like, what's one thing you like or dislike about me? He said, I don't think there's anything I don't like about you yet. Okay, you cheeky tiger. How awkward was this? Be honest. And he said, not awkward at all. I am so shocked at how he has answered those questions because I didn't think he even knew that I low-key had a crush on him at some point. But hey, whoa. So let's move on to bachelor number 5. And bachelor number 5 is, okay, we'll call him Lou. Ulu is someone that I really like. I enjoy talking to him. And yeah, it's another long distance. No, he's in another province. You guys. So I asked Lou, before today, did you know I have or had a crush on you? He said yes. Okay. If you knew I ever liked you, how were you able to tell? He said, my friend told me about it. I introduced your channel to him, and when he posted me on my birthday, you DM'd him and told him. This gave me the krach to slide in yours too. I wish you can slide somewhere else. Did you ever like me? He said yes. Rate my attractiveness. He said 8. I'll take an 8. 8 is a solid rating. I'll take an 8. Rate my personality. He said 9 per. What was your initial impression of me when you first met or saw me? He said, I was shocked at how a good-looking gent like you abegowiswa ngamadoda, because my first impression was from a story time of yours. I was in awe of your beauty and I binge-watched everything. More to look at ubuhle bakho than indaba zakho. Oh my gosh. Actually making me blush and whatever. What's one thing you like or dislike about me? He said, I love how self-aware you are and how you stand in your truth. I don't dislike anything because you are cool. That's you. Love you down. How awkward was this? Be honest. And he said, not awkward at all. Oh man, this made me smile. This really made me smile. All right, now let's move on to guy number 6. And guy number 6 is... So we'll give him the name K. Alright, so K and I have been following each other on social media for a very long time. I think I started following him like, God, 2016, Dala, you guys, Dala. And I think I liked how good looking he was and how stylish the guy was. And that's why I followed him. And we've actually met in person, but I doubt that he even remembers this day because we were at Liquid Blue. And Ukuma was dragging me across Liquid Blue. Like, he literally, Ukuma wanted about Ukuma, he would want us to walk around at Liquid Blue, see people. And we were walking around, and Okay came towards us like this. He passed Ukuma, and then when he saw me, he stopped me dead in my tracks and said, oh my gosh, awusemhle. I said, oh, thank you. And then I walked away. I never saw him for the rest of the evening. And I don't even think he remembers this. But yeah, this happened. Now, let's get to the first question that I asked him. I asked him, before today, did you know I have or had a crush on you? He said, no. He said, no. And seko embarrassed. Embarrassed. Why did I do this? If you knew I ever liked you, how were you able to tell? Details. He said, I obviously didn't know this, but now that I know, the math is mathing. Oh my gosh. That's why you're always teasing me every single chance you get. I feel so slow. As mini kanti udinwasile lona. Also, I said here, I either have or had a crush on you. So don't think it's me. Hey, it's look at the head. Look at the head, because that also might be a clue that I had a crush on you. I asked him, did you ever like me? He said, I'd rather not say. I'd rather not say. Ingati, it's someone that's like chickening out from actually selecting no. And selecting no, there's nothing wrong with you saying you've never liked me, but I can't. Rate my attractiveness, he said 9. Rate my personality, he gave me a 10. I asked him, what was your initial impression of me when you first saw or met me? He said, what a ball of energy. Uqave over, brah. Not in over, but you somehow managed not to be overbearing. As we got to interact some more, I got to loosen up a little bit because I realized that you're just a fun person who doesn't read much into stuff. My sisters are huge fan of yours. They're huge fans of your channel, by the way. Oh, thank you so much to your sisters. Do send my love to them and tell them that I said love them so much. Love them so much. So I asked him as well that what's one thing you like or dislike about me? He said, you're freaking hilarious. You are also wild AF. Still low-key judging you for crashing on an entire elder at your parents' church and actually got to smashing in Gauteng, brah. Oh my gosh. Don't touch me, I judges. Don't touch me, I judges. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. How awkward was this? Be honest. He said very awkward. I know. And I'm so sorry. It was awkward for me too. Now let's move on to guy number 7. Guy number 7 is, oh, my cutie pie. This is my cutie pie. This is my cutie pie. We are going to call him Ace. Right? I asked Ace before today, did you know I have or had a crush on you? He said yes. I asked him, if you knew I ever liked you, how were you able to tell? He said, you text me very often, initiate a conversation with me, and become a couple of daughter. I know that's right. Like, I would literally drop every nigga for this one. I love him, kakul. I love him so much. I asked him, did you ever like me? He said yes. I asked him to rate my attractiveness. He said 9. Rate my personality. He gave me a 10. What was your initial impression of me when you first met or saw me? He said, I noticed you have or had a friendly demeanor and seem approachable. Great sense of humor. You come across as confident and assertive. Period. Confident, assertive. Kinna. That right there is me. What's one thing you like or dislike about me? He said, honestly, none. And then I asked him, how awkward was this? Be honest. And he said, not awkward at all. Oh, my AC boo. Guy number 8 is actually a former manager of mine. I didn't think he would respond. So, this is a former manager of mine from like a previous employment, previous company I used to work for. And we are going to name him TP. I asked TP, before today, did you know I have or had a crush on you? He said, kinda. Jesus Christ. If you knew I ever liked you, how were you able to tell? I'm even missing my mouth. How were you able to tell that I liked you? He said, I wasn't sure. You were very friendly with everyone else, but a bit standoffish with me I was. You challenged everything I said and teased me every opportunity you got. I was very it was a very confusing time. It certainly was. And I think I was standoffish with him because I didn't want Abanyabadu to pick up on the fact that whenever he spoke to me, I got weak in the knees. Okay? Did you ever like me? He said, I'd rather not say. TP liked me. I just remembered something. TP actually liked me. We had a team building excursion that we had gone to. We went out and we were drinking. Okay? And while we were dancing, TP wafika and danced behind me. And he was like grinding behind me. Guys, I literally had to run away because I was like, what the actual fuck? Rate my attractiveness. He said 9. You see? He likes me. And he wants me. Rate my personality. He said 10. What was your initial impression of me when you first met me? He said, when you started working where we work together, you were not my favorite person. Oh, I thought you were too much of a know-it-all. I got to work with you and saw your potential and how bright you are. You never dropped the ball. Oh my gosh, this is so professional. This is so professional. Talk about me, nigga. How do you feel about me? What's one thing you don't like? What's one thing you like or dislike about me? He said, I can name a few things I don't like. I'm just teasing. Oh, you saved yourself there. You saved yourself. You're actually a cool guy. Thank you so much, TP. How awkward was this? Be honest. He said, very awkward. I know, boo. I know, because this was awkward for me as well. Now let's move on to guy number 9. Guy number 9 is, you know, okay, I've said all I can say, right? And said, Abantu are loves of my life. But this one, this is the real love of my life. But for some odd reason, we even tried dating at some point and it just didn't work out. And I'm like, I love you, bro. Like, I love you. We met at Pride. Utuma and I were taking pictures. And then while we were taking pictures, he saw me, I saw him. We've been following each other on social media. And then he walked up to me. It was him and his friend. He walked up to me. He spoke to me and I was like, I know that's right. He said, I want to see more of you, papi. I said, yes, daddy. So we like talked after that and tried doing something. It just didn't work out. So we are going to name him NM. Those are his initials, NM. So I asked him, before today, did you know I have or had a crush on you? He said, yes, duh. If you knew I ever liked you, how were you able to tell? He said, besides the fact that you told me, well, you gave me attention, okay? Did you ever like me? He said, yes. Duh. Rate my attractiveness. He said, 10. Duh. Rate my personality. He gave me a 10. Duh. What was your initial impression of me when you first met or saw me? He said, he's fine as hell and not shy. And you're fine as well. Oh, guys, he's fine. This guy is fine. What's one thing you like or dislike about me? He said, I feel at times you overshare. I guess content, lol. You know, putting lol doesn't make it ingene any easier, right? But I think unyanisile I do overshare, and that's my spillion. I overshare. How awkward was this? Be honest, he said very awkward. Oh, a kiss. I'll give you a kiss, okay? I'll give you a kiss for it. And then this one. Hey. This is an influencer, so we'll call him influencer. I asked influencer. He's also very fine. I asked him, before today, did you know that I have or had a crush on you? He said yes. If you knew I ever liked you, how were you able to tell? He said the first thing you ever told me was, damn, you are fine. Did you ever like me? He said yes. I asked him to rate my attractiveness. He gave me a 10. I asked him to rate my personality. He gave me a 9. What was your initial impression of me when you first met or saw me? He said, I tapped that with the devil emoji. Okay. What's one thing you like or dislike about me? He said, you play hard to get, too much. Pambene. Oh, pambene utero, because I don't think that I play hard to get. Like I said, the first thing I said to you is, damn, you're fine. That should have given you an indication of how I saw you, perceived you, or felt about you. But you just never approached me when. You never did anything. And then I asked him, how awkward was this? And he said, very awkward. I know. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then let's move on to the last guy. And the last guy is, I'm going to name him Yangen, right? Because, hey, bethunani, if I can tell you, but ntini guys, ndiyamthanda and uyandithanda naye. Siyathandana nje na. So the first question I asked him was, before today, did you know I have or had a crush on you? He said it was obvious. Okay. If you knew I ever liked you, how were you able to tell? He said how fast you were responding to my DMs. Okay. Did you ever like me? He said yes. I asked him to rate my attractiveness. He gave me a 10. Asked him to rate my personality. He gave me a 10. And then, what's your initial impression of me when you first met or saw me? He said beyond all, your laughter and cute as face swept me off. I know that's right. What's one thing you like or dislike about me? He said that you always need my help when I'm not around. That's a you problem. That's a you problem. You have to be available when I ask you for help. The fuck? And then I asked, how awkward was this? Be honest. And he said, not awkward at all. So like I said, this was the last guy. And this was so fun. This was so fun. I got to see where do I stand with some of these niggas that I low-key like. And this was very telling. This was very telling. I did have a conversation with one of the guys that I asked to complete this form, and he said he was expecting more questions, and I said I actually wanted to add more questions, make it a bit more wild, more nasty, more lelona. But I still wanted to keep the friendship I have with most of these guys, yeah, bro? So do tell me, would you guys like for me to add more spicier questions? And if so, leave those questions in the comment section down below. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a huge thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, share my video, super thanks, me do the absolute most. And yeah, which of these guys do you think really liked me and Angan Fanela would be what I am looking for? Comment all of that in the comment section down below, and let's keep the conversation going. I will see you in my next video. Bye.